Hey, it's great to be with you. 10 reasons why you want to work on your love energy and take advantage of this opportunity in this training. Let's talk about them. And they're in no particular order, and by no means is this an exhaustive list. I could go on, but I'm going to give you 10 solid reasons why this training and this time in your life is great for you to work on your template for everything good. And we're going to focus in particular on attracting love. Okay. And the first reason that I have is this process that I'm trained in is one that has a very high success rate. And I do have to say, individuals all have their divine timeline. So, you know, um, doing this work is going to prepave the success that you have in attracting love. And while that's true, it may be right away for some, it may be down the road for others. It just depends on your life and your divine path. But what I know is that doing this work and beginning the process is going to activate the trajectory of love in your life. And the training that I have to offer you is one that was, I took about, I guess, 5 classes with Catherine Ellis, and I got certified in the love attraction work that I'm offering in this mini group, and that's the training that has the high level of success. Okay. I didn't create this. I had no idea about any of this in my life. It has been a process of transformation for me to become more full of faith, someone who is what is known as, a co-creator. That's the way I like to call it, co-creating with the divine. But if everything is energy, and it truly is energy in the universe, then really what you're doing is you're working with your energy. And so the reason Catherine's work has a high success rate is because it's a positive, fun way of developing your inner template to be more receptive and abundant when it comes to how you view yourself and how you meet people in the world. Okay, it's a fun process. And when I say her track record is great, she literally has a wall of pictures of people who have married. They met during the time that they were doing her work, or shortly thereafter. They took a picture, they sent it to her. And she's been at it for 20 years at least by now. She met her husband, her soulmate, and then the list goes on. So it's not something that I created, it's something that I studied and something that I modeled. And so the process of modeling a fun and positive love template will up level every area of your life. It spills over, into your work, into your fun, into your finances, into your vocation, your advocation, or rather, the things, your hobbies. It's easier, okay, than going it alone. That I definitely um, have some things to say about. I mean, look at how you've been approaching dating. If you've done some of these classes before, then you probably have a leg up. If you've never done anything like this work, it's a completely different way of approaching yourself and how you view yourself in relation to others, and what you can expect from others and what you can expect from yourself, and in love, because it's a spiritual based method of meeting people and engaging with other people. Prior to this kind of training and this kind of opportunity, if you think about dating, how do you feel about it? A lot of people can't stand it. I know for me, I was raised in the northeast part of the country, and it's very I would say it's a very hardworking area of the country, and people are, somewhat sarcastic sometimes, and they try to just get to the point. And so dating was often like, well, tell me what you're looking for. You'd get together with somebody for 20 minutes and kind of like have this little interview, and bleh, yuck, I can't think of anything less lovely, because it's just not the level of soulmates at all. It's more of a, but again, when you don't know these methods, these spiritual dating methods, that's how a lot of people approach it. And it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's at a lower level. And the whole process that you're going to engage in this class is a higher level. It's a spiritual level. It's one where you're conscious of your energy and how you're putting yourself in your own energy before you go and meet other people. So that definitely makes it more fun. And there are other things that I've learned about too in societal ways of dating that are hysterically off. Some of them have statistics that scare people into thinking they'll never find someone, and say once you're over the hill, it's much harder. A lot of people believe in the myth that there are no good people left out there. It's ridiculous, and it goes on. And when you understand that you get what you believe, oh, it's an eye-opener. Then you say, wow, why would anybody want to believe those things? If you get what you believe and you create based on what you believe, why would you want to believe that all the good ones are taken, or that you're simply left out of love? Those are some of the things that come up in this work, and it's just not true. But it just depends on your experiences that you've had and what you think. A lot of it is based on the experiences you may have had, and some of that has to be overcome. Some of those relationship experiences or lack of need to be rewired in your brain, essentially. And that's what we're doing. We're having fun with a process that engages you at a level of spirit instead of linearly, which is how our mind tries to figure out things and how it's going to happen. You can't figure things out. All you can do is keep working with your energy, moving with the intention. The how is not your job. The how is the universe's job. If you've done any law of attraction work, which we'll talk about, the how is not your job. How you're going to meet somebody that's right for you, not your business. And if you're stuck in that thinking process, it takes away from the fun of the organic way that you show up. Okay, so this process is definitely one that has a successful success rate, has a successful track record of working, and it's just a fun way of up-leveling your whole outlook on yourself and meeting people and love. So that's the number one reason why it's the best opportunity for you to take part in this training now, is to learn what this process has to offer you. And if you've never heard anything like it before, wow, it's really worth your time. Really. Okay. And so when you are engaged in a spiritual way of meeting people, which is more faith-based, and it's not religious faith I'm talking about, it's just general having confidence that you get what it is that is in your heart, then this makes meeting people more fun, because you don't have so much pressure on the outcome of any individual interaction. You're lighter. You understand that you get love and that you're going to enjoy this time and be yourself and have fun when you're out or when you're even at home, taking care of yourself. You're going to give yourself a break. And you can be awkward when you meet people. You don't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. And some days it's going to be a mess, and it's all okay. But what happens is you start realizing that that is part of the process, the same way that sports players play and they're full in and engaged when they're going to do a game, when they're going to get involved in a game. You're playing a game, really. I mean, you're not playing a game in a manipulative sense. What you're playing a game in is having fun with meeting people and watching the co-creations at work, making the intention, I'm going to meet new people today. And then they show up. Okay. If you start doing this work, what happens is you open yourself. And when you're opening to love, then you'll see signs of your opening to love showing up around you. So it's a process that makes meeting people more fun because it's like a game. And then you say, oh, I intended to meet somebody today and I did. Hey, universe, thank you. Thank you. You're egging me on. Cool. I'm going to write that down because I intended it. I see it. It happened. And this is what happened. I'm going to make a note of what I did that worked for me. And then you go on to the next interaction. So it's kind of like you're playing a game with yourself and God. I call the universe God. That's what I call God. Whatever you call this loving place that created you. Okay? The creator, since none of us created ourselves, and we definitely have this love that is here for us, that created us, and it's helping us in everything and helping us to attain everything that we could ever desire. Okay, so meeting people is more fun. This process is more fun than a regular rote way of going to singles bars. And even though there's nothing wrong with that, if you're going thinking that it's slimy because some people there are slimy, then that's not the level of your soulmate. You know what I'm trying to say? There's all different ways of meeting people, but some places and some ways they smack of being low level, and that's not where you're going to be connecting with somebody who's going to be the right spiritual fit for you, the complete soul match for you, because that's usually the level of sex and sex alone. And while there's nothing wrong with that at all, it's just that that's not all of you. That's your biological imperative is what it's called. That's what Catherine calls it. Everybody has it. But you want something that matches all of you, your soul, your spirit, your intellect, and your attraction, your chemistry. So it is a fun process to get involved with a positive and whole picture level of love, soul level love, really, is what you can call it. Okay, another reason is that I'm here to help, which just is I'm trained to be a guide in this process. You're doing the work. I know it seems like sometimes we lean, oh, I think they know more than I do. You know already everything you need to know. It's all wired within you. You are just going to hear about a process that is very effective and model the process. And then where you need guidance, that's where I can offer you wisdom based on what I've done and how I've helped people, and also just intuition. And that is why I'm here, because the reason coaches go into coaching, I'm sure, is because they don't want to see people have the pain that they've lived through. And I certainly am someone who comes from that perspective, because it doesn't have to be painful. When you have the right perspective, life doesn't have to have difficulty, and it doesn't have to be hard. But sometimes, we have experiences that skew the way we look at ourselves and skew the way that we look at life. And by no means am I perfect on my path, but I'm just saying I'm way better than I was before I got into this work in terms of my own understanding of, the fullness of life that is here for me. And that's way more positive and optimistic, and it's just a different way of living than not doing this and not having this understanding. So I'm here to help with questions, any connections that you're questioning about, or even if you have no connections, how to jumpstart your energy. And of course, being in this process is going to activate your energy toward opening to love. And no matter where you are on the scale, even if you're in the process of dating someone, this will help you also. So it's just really cool. And typically when one or two people are together, they call that a mastermind instead of not one or two, just if there are two or more, because that's two people focused on generating results in a certain area, and that builds momentum, and then the energy is uplifted from the group, and more ideas come through, and it just becomes more expansive. And from what I've been trained in with another one of my trainings is dream building, is that the universe always wants to expand through us. It wants to live through us as itself, so it's always looking for expansion. So when there's a mastermind, it sees that as expanding more love in the world. And I'm here for anything that comes up with you, what you want to talk about, questions, all that. So, and of course, after this, I'm here for that too. So that's another reason why it's great to have this time together. Confidence. This is a big one. This is really big. See, doing this work will give you more faith that you get what you desire. And love is something you get. You get love. And when you understand that you're lovable and that you get love, you're more confident, and you're not, to repeat what I was saying earlier, you're not putting so much pressure, you're not desperate on any one interaction with people. Your faith is bigger than that, because you understand that the end result is assured. You're lovable, you get love, the end result is assured. So that gives you confidence. And when people understand something to be already self-assured, then they relax, and it's more attractive, and it makes interacting with anything easier. Could be, on the job, could be with other people, could be with friends. It's sexier, okay, when people are just at ease with themselves, and it's desirable. And, we could go on about it. Yeah, this is something that I like to talk about with confidence. You can not know how to do something, so you don't have confidence in doing it yet. Okay, but you can develop that. So it's not like you need to be born confident in every single area in your life. That's just unrealistic. And so doing this work is going to give you more confidence in yourself in general. And then you'll be less likely to not be social, because you'll see that there's no risk. You have, the end result is coming, okay? And since it is, there's no risk in talking to people. There's no risk in trying different things. That is what doing this work develops. And it's definitely a muscle, I think. And we have confidence in different levels for different areas of our life. You may be a great cook, but maybe a terrible bowler. I know I'm a terrible bowler, but you see where I'm going with this, okay? So as you do this faith-based work, you become more magnetic in general, okay? And that's a good thing. So that's a strong reason why you want to do this work. And when you have that upliftment in your spirit from doing this work, it spills over into the other areas of your life, and they will also feel the benefit of it. So I know I worked with a few people who literally, it's just so funny. It's like people don't want to believe that things are going to work out for them until they have somebody in front of them who's so strong in their belief that they're like, oh, then they start seeing, and sheepishly being like, oh, I really, really was skeptical. You see, you get what you believe. So why would you be skeptical about anything? You may not be up to speed with something. You may not have, and this applies to everybody. I may not be up to speed with something I desire, but I'm sure gonna believe that it's possible for me, because if I don't, then I can't have it. So why would I do that? That's shooting yourself in the foot before you even move forward with something. And you have the desire for love, and it was put in your heart because it is natural, something you want. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. If you have the desire for something, you need to be able to give yourself a way to see it possible for you. And maybe you're well beyond that. I don't know. But this work, because we're co-creating with your creator, we're co-creating a path toward love with the divine, is going to help all areas of your life, because it shows you that you can succeed in baby steps, and the baby steps are what give you the confidence to keep going. And I definitely wholeheartedly can tell you that it will improve all aspects of your life. It just makes life more fun. Definitely activating soulmate love. Everything is vibrating in the universe. This computer that I'm talking to you on is vibrating. I'm vibrating to the energy of doing this presentation right now. You and I are vibrating because we're communicating. Your pet is vibrating at a certain level. Interestingly, pets usually are very tuned in. And if you're aligned with animals, that's how you know that you're at an uplifted level, because in nature, things are always attuned. Michael Beckwith says, in nature is always in celebration. Isn't that beautiful? And I think the same about it. So you're activating soulmate love because you're going to start thinking about what it would be like and what it would feel like to be with your love. And that is activating the energy in you. Okay. And that is resonating with the divine, and new neural pathways are being activated, literally. So it's so much fun to know that the brain is neuroplastic. That is why meditation is proven to be so advantageous, is because it is shown to rewire your neural pathways, actually calm I think it's I'm not going to speak on scientific terms, but there are certain centers in the brain that are calmed, the stress triggers calmed, and connection with your divine is activated, and then you are literally transformed because you're absorbed in the bliss of being in oneness. That's what meditation does. And so doing this work, we're focusing, and we do have times of meditation when I do the classes, not in this training, but when I have guided meditations, you're meditating and reactivating the neural pathways in your brain about what you're focused on, which is love. And this does magnetize it to you. And love is everywhere. You are love. Every being that is here, every tree, every piece of wood, everything is love. It's all vibrating. It's creation. So doing this work is going to activate soulmate love because that's your focus. And that can be really fun to know, because what a great time to be working on that and activating that in your life. Yes, it is the age of soulmates. Okay. And then you really can meet interesting new people, fun people doing this work. You can make new friends. You can just have interesting conversations about topics that you don't normally talk about with people. You don't know where it's going to take you. I have a friend that I met doing this work, and I got a Christmas card from her, and it said, isn't it great that we believe? And it had a picture of Santa Claus, and she's from this work, and she's basically saying, when you do this work, you have faith, and to me, it's where you want to be. I mean, do we need more people in the world who have no faith or are not clear on how to create what they want for themselves? Or do we need a world where people can create the happiness that they desire? To me, the answer is clear. What the world needs is more people who know what to do to make themselves to fulfill their life. And that's the whole point of being in love. It's the two of you, and your togetherness is a blessing to the world and to others when you have a soulmate, and that is on the way for you. And on the way to that, you're going to be meeting people. So it's really interesting time. And you'll find that if you will stay positive, you'll find good things about everybody you meet. You'll find new friends everywhere, because it doesn't matter that it's a short-term friend or an interim associate. It's just that you'll look at your life differently and approach people with interest, getting to know them better. Catherine taught me, focus on the other person, listen. And I learned that when I do that, then they become interested in me, right? It's that kind of thing. So that's another reason why it's a great opportunity to work on your love trajectory. And you'll become unblocked. That's a huge one. If you've had trouble with meeting people, if you find it is an area in your life where you've been stuck and it's painful because you haven't dated in a long time, this will help you get unstuck. And I can think of really no better reason, because it can be painful to be stuck in something. And I mean, you're not literally stuck. It's just that you may have, some areas where you feel mentally like it's not happening and you don't know how to create it. That's, basically what I'm trying to say. And I may feel that way about things, and then when I have a new inspiration, I feel like the energy in that area of my life is moving. That makes me happy and more positive. And since when it's moving, I'm expanding, I know that's a great thing. So doing this work will help you identify where you may be blocked, what is holding you back, what your hang-ups are. And, I say that lovingly, because everybody's got this journey called life. So wherever you are having trouble, then you are also part of the solution, and the energy of the solution exists within you also. And so we're doing this to help unblock the areas that may be stuck, as simply as I can say it. And some of the blocks, that people have, they feel like there's no hope for them. I've actually heard that from people, oh no, who would want me? I'm too fat, I'm too old, I feel ugly. I mean, I've actually heard somebody say that, which is very sad. And but if you're at this level where you feel like somehow you're left out of what you want and you don't get love, that is a block. That's painful. One of the best phrases I learned from Catherine is, you get love. You're lovable. You get love. I get love. Put your hand on your heart. I get love. Say it to yourself. I get love. I'm lovable. Let that resonate through you. That is the truth. You're lovable. And if you feel like you've messed up too much in love and, you're damaged, no. There's a new beginning every minute of the universe is always beginning new. Always more love. Always. If you lost somebody and you want to meet somebody and it's hard because you were, with someone and maybe broke up, then there's some work to do in helping to move that energy and release that person's energy from you. But there's more love for you. If someone passed on and you loved them, and as painful as that can be, you still get love. There's more love. That's one of the things about faith and understanding. If you're still here, there's more love for you. So what you're doing when you're working on your love template is you're undoing these beliefs and letting them go, letting it drop a little more today. Tomorrow I'm going to let that belief drop even more. I'm going to completely ignore it again the next day, until finally one day you have the opposite belief because you've worked on it and you chipped away at it until you finally got further toward what you desire. Okay. And that it probably is the reason why we're all here together, to get upgraded, to be unstuck. All right, another belief. And last but not least, oh my goodness, you'll have a partner in fun in everything that you do, someone who sees you. You'll have a life that's witnessed. The two of you together will be supportive of each other, and it'll be a relationship that uplifts the life that you have together. You'll help each other grow, and this will make your life more positive because you won't be lonely, and you'll have a partner who takes care of you when you're sick, somebody who's there for you to listen. They enrich your life in every way because you are together a more powerful entity than just yourself, okay? And while it doesn't mean everyone wants the same thing, some people don't want a partner, but if you are in this class, then you're someone who does want one, and I certainly applaud you for taking the time to listen to these 10 reasons why you don't want to delay your upgraded love template, which is what we're doing, which is what we're talking about. And also, it's very healing, being with someone. I may have said it before, but most people that have seen me with Roz, who I'm with now, have said they've never seen me so happy. And I would say that's true because I worked on this and I worked toward it, and I didn't have this growing up, and my family fell apart and it was hard. And I knew one thing that was important to me was love. And I wanted to have a loving relationship that would be the opposite of what I experienced growing up when my parents divorced. You know, I knew my parents loved me. I knew I was loved. I had an extended family that loved and adored me, and they were my saving grace. And that is all true, but you know, that fundamental desire to have a whole and functional relationship with someone is something that I work toward because it was important to me. So that's one of my values. You have to know your values. And when you know your values, if love is one of them, then you work toward it. That's all. Okay. And some people, you know, go through their lives relationship to relationship. Others have different stories, and that's okay. We're all in a different journey, but having someone in your life enriches your life in every way. And that's what I want for you. And that's what this work does for you. It will help uplift your life in every way, and you'll have a much more precious and just scintillating, lovely moments with your soulmates. It's a sweetness, okay? And that's certainly not the last reason, but it is the last of the 10 that I prepared for you. I hope that you watched the other videos, the welcome video, rather, and then that you watch tomorrow's video when it's uploaded, which is so can this work really help me find a partner? Can I really find a partner with this work? That's going to be the third in your pre-training videos, and that's coming up. So definitely look forward to that. Look in the navigation bar in the group under the featured tab. That's where that video will be. And I'm wishing you love, and I can't wait to be with you. Drop some comments. If you would, let me know what your love goals are, what challenges you have, and we'll handle a lot of that in this training. And I definitely look forward to being with you. All my love, thank you for being here. Bye-bye now.